There must be a reason why some people keep getting rich while some struggle to make ends meet and remain poor. This is nothing but the mindset of various individuals. Wealth is a state of consciousness of the mind, and if you don't have the right mindset, you're likely to remain poor. Let's take a look at the 15 things that poor people do that rich people don't. Lack of financial sense. Poor people often tend to think that only money can free them from poverty. Unfortunately, that's so wrong. They have forgotten that being rich is different from staying rich. Having a lot of money from a particular point in time cannot guarantee that they will stay rich. A lot of poor people have lost all of their money because they can't manage it, so they exhaust it. Rich people, in contrast, actually know how to manage their money without squandering it. They have the financial intelligence that allows them to thrive. It doesn't even end there. They also read financial books, learn from experts, and attend seminars. They are never tired of seeking more knowledge. Too many distractions. It's not surprising to see that poor people are usually faced with one distraction after the other. They don't have a sole focus on whatever they want to achieve in life. To go far in life, one needs to always take it one step at a time, and that's one of the issues that poor people face. They think that they can multitask and achieve too many things at the same time. However, when you want to go forth in life, you actually need to pursue the things that will make you better tomorrow than you are today, and better than you were yesterday. That is exactly the mindset that rich people follow, and that positive mindset has proven to be successful for lots of folks. Being afraid of failure. Being successful is about trying one more time. Unfortunately, that's what poor people are afraid of. They don't even want to fail at all. Even when some poor people engage in a project, they continuously focus on how that project might not be feasible or attainable. That's a very bad mindset that cannot allow them to become rich. Rich people, on the other hand, will always see the positive sides of things, even when the project is not yielding the right results. They focus on the positive side, they seek help, they try new ideas, and they won't rest until they achieve their desired outcome. That is a rich mindset. They settle for less. This is another dangerous thing that poor people do. They seem to be satisfied with whatever comes their way. They are ready to accept any kind of ordinary, average, or even below average stuff that comes their way. When you settle on less, you lose the opportunity to get ahead of your peers. Rich people, in contrast, tend to go for an extraordinary thing. They didn't come to this world just to settle for basic stuff. They go all the way. They believe they are extraordinary, and so they are deserving of so much more. Lack of hard work. Poor people don't believe as much in hard work as rich people do. Some of them would rather not be stressed at all, and they prefer a simple life. They lack ambition, and they would rather remain lazy and hope for some kind of miracle to come to them. And that mindset is why most of them are bound to remain poor. Rich people, in contrast, do not follow that lazy mindset. They are ready to work as hard as they can go. Rich people follow some lessons from ants. They would rather labor hard and save in the summer so that they won't lack in the winter. Not saving enough. The lack of saving culture is another major issue that poor people face. In fact, a lot of poor people see their income as so little that it can't be saved. And that's part of the problem. Some are even naive enough to think that they'll win a jackpot or hit a stroke of luck. They have forgotten that savings is the first step to take in the kingdom of wealth. When it comes to rich people, they concentrate little on the present. They concentrate more on the future, which they see as much more important. In fact, one of the most important cardinal principles of wealth is savings. Always thinking they need help. Poor people seem to think that they need help in order to become rich. They sometimes think they need a helping hand in order to get ahead in life. As a matter of fact, this is one of the greatest mistakes that poor people make. Rich people, on the other hand, don't have this mindset. Rich people will prefer not to ask for unnecessary help, even when they might need it. Rich people have the belief that they don't need a handout from anyone in order to succeed in life. Buying things they don't need. This is a common problem for poor people. They are the ones that tend to spend the little money they have on the things they don't need, things that won't be beneficial for them. Sometimes they let their emotions get the better of them when making purchasing decisions. They really don't consider future implications whenever they're spending money, which is the wrong mindset that makes them remain poor. Rich people, on the other hand, ensure that they evaluate the economic benefits that their purchases can bring in the future. It's not that rich people don't use their gut when buying things, but they don't let their emotions decide for them. That's why they analyze and evaluate their money whenever they want to buy something. Consuming too much alcohol. The problem with poor people is that they consume way too much alcohol. Some of these poor people give that excuse that they will take alcohol allegedly to pass time or just have a good time. This is a very bad mindset that makes people remain poor. Too much alcohol makes people get intoxicated, and most of the time, people like that won't be in their right senses. You need to be in your right senses to be able to make good decisions. Rich people, in contrast, do not take vast amounts of alcohol. Even if rich people want to take it all, they rather take it responsibly. Rich people maintain a responsible and disciplined mindset, and they will never let anything jeopardize that. They let exhaustion set in. Another mistake that poor people make is that they allow themselves to be unnecessarily exhausted, and that feeling will eventually lead them to quit. Rich people, on the contrary, usually have that zeal and determination to always want to carry on, even when things are not going as planned. Therefore, even when they experience exhaustion, their secret is to always push through and never give up. All they can see is the prize. They continue their struggles with their eyes on the reward. Pride. Pride in general may not really seem like a bad thing, but the pride mindset that some people have is really a problem. Some poor people see themselves as too big to start small. They see wealth as the magic that just comes out of the blue. They are not humble enough to start from scratch. What is the essence of being a balloon that looks so large, yet it can only be filled with empty space? Rich people, on the other hand, have that mindset of transforming themselves from rags to riches. They invest their small salary, no matter how little it is, and they don't mind asking for advice from people who are even younger than them. Lack of persistence. It's not always about who's the smartest, the fastest, or the swiftest. It's actually about the one who makes the right decision to always remain persistent. And that's the problem some poor people make. They tend to give up easily on any disappointment. You see, some poor people have the mindset of accepting their fate whenever things don't go as planned. Rich people, on the other hand, have that never give up mindset. A person with a rich mentality wouldn't give up no matter what the situation they find themselves in. And that is the difference between a poor person and a rich person. Unnecessary TV programs. Poor people are the ones that are known to focus on nonsensical TV shows that won't give them any rewards. Poor people prefer to stay glued to their TV watching time-consuming programs that won't allow them to concentrate on more important things in life. In fact, poor people are the majority of fans in sports teams, and they don't even mind spending their last dollar to pursue that fanaticism. Rich people, on the other hand, don't even have the time to watch too much TV. And even if they must watch TV, they only go for TV shows or programs that can be beneficial to them. Rich people make their world revolve around their dreams. Bad influence. The funny thing about poor people is that they're more likely to follow bad advice than good advice. It is easier for fraudulent people to manipulate them into doing what they shouldn't be doing. Sometimes, their myopic mind and the lack of belief in themselves lead them to take the wrong decisions. Rich people, on the other hand, are very difficult to influence negatively. Rich people are adventurous, creative, and they have more of a long-term mindset. Therefore, it's not easy to deceive them on any get-rich-quick scams. They believe in themselves even when the whole world doesn't believe in them. Procrastination. This is arguably the most dangerous thief of time. And it's not surprising to see that it's poor people that usually fall prey to it. Poor people will rather postpone their actions instead of acting immediately. The issue with procrastination is that when you procrastinate once, you'll procrastinate once more, Eventually, you won't get it done. There is never a right time for anything. Rich people perfectly understand this. Rich people make quick decisions and they are always moving forward without wasting time. Rich people see time as money, and they can't wait until they get onto that road to success, and that's the mindset that keeps them successful. Therefore, we can now clearly see the difference between rich and poor people. While poor people crash at the first sight of a problem and let the problem prove them right, rich people, on the other hand, see problems just as an annoying bump in the road. Rich people are solution-minded and big thinkers. They wouldn't stand by and let anything stop them. It's pretty obvious the path that rich and successful people have decided to choose. Which path will you choose? Don't forget there is only one right path.